had a lot of fun fishing the Ned Rig. Like, it was fun. I like finessey, weird stuff. I don't know if it's my, like, Wisconsin fish genetics coming out or what, but the finesse stuff is a lot of fun to me, and especially when it's kind of, like, weird and quirky and new. I guess anything is cool when it's new. But it got me to thinking, because the other thing that I love to do is I like to fish big baits. Like, not just, like, you know, your general big stuff. I like fishing, like, magnum baits. Like, stuff that's, like, obscenely large. You probably saw, like, the 9-inch bull shad. I throw that Nico rig, that fat ace, that 7-inch fat ace on a Nico rig. You know, taking stuff just and doing that D&M custom baits where I'm, like, pitching, like, a 5.5-inch freaking, like, you know, pitch bait to, like, the reeds and stuff. Like, I like doing big stuff, but I also like finesse stuff. So came across this idea, and I don't know if it's gonna work. If you're seeing the video, it might have worked a little bit, but basically I thought about the size of fish that we have down here. We got big fish. It's Florida, dude. Like, it's not California, but it's big fish. And a lot of this clear water stuff, you know, they are kind of finesse fish, or they do take a bit to get to bite, especially the big ones. So what this usually leads to is my experiments and my ideas lead to me spending a whole bunch of money at Tackle Warehouse. Not a bad thing. Not a good thing all the time, but not a bad thing, because it's fun to experiment. These are like toys, man. It's like a kid with science experiment. So here's what I came up with, which I think is kind of cool. So I got some stuff right here. I got 3/8 ounce Ned heads. These are the Berkeley ones. It's the only ones that I could find that were a little heavier with a little bigger hook. Now you're going to notice with this deal is the hook size on these jokers is super small, and that's going to be the only problem I think I'm going to have with this. This is like the biggest hook size I could find, and the heaviest, 3/8. Now I'm trying to tap into, say, 15 to 25 feet of water, so, you know, decent deep. Nothing crazy, but decent deep. But going back to my big bait thing, who wouldn't buy a bait called a hot dog? Like, I was a sucker, dude. I bought 2 right off the bat. So this is it's basically like the magnum size of the Demiki Stinger, but it's a traditional Ned rig. The Stinger is what you want to use on a Ned rig, but check this thing out. That's like thumb-sized freaking Ned rig, dude. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to pair this micro jig head 3/8 ounce up with this, and I'm going to come out with a magnum Ned head. So I'm going to give it a try tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to work. You know, it's been cooler. We've had a lot of fronts go through. The weather isn't ideal for it. I think this is a better kind of like summer. They're not in the mood to bite, but if they bite, they'll eat something big. But it's something I do want to try, because I think this will work. Because this hot dog still has the qualities of that Ned head. Has that kind of real pointed tail, and it's very twitchy, because all you want to do is throw it out there and just let it sit on the bottom. This 3/8 head gives me a little bit bigger hook, but it's still pretty finesse. Here's the deal too. What I think I'm going to throw it on, I have a Nico rig set up. This is like the heaviest spinning reel setup, rod setup I've ever owned. It's an old Powell Endurance. It's a 610 medium extra fast, but it's rated 3/16 ounce to a 1/2 ounce, and it is, for a spinning rod, it's freaking stiff. So I'm going to try to do it on a spinning rod to sort of get that shaking dead stick action, but we're going to go big. I don't know if I'm going to put it on the spinner rod. I might put it on a bait caster. I'm going to see. I like doing this on braid. But yeah, this is the experiment. Magnum Ned rig style. I don't know if it's going to work, but it looks real cool, doesn't it? So let's rig this thing up real quick. What I'm going to do, you can see it's pretty wide, but it comes down to a taper right there. It'll probably match the jig head, but I am going to take like a, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch off the tip, just to get rid of a little bit of plastic, just like that. I'll take this joker. Like I said, the biggest challenge with this, 1, getting bit, but 2 is like the girth, the size. I think that should work though. But that's gonna be our deal right there, guys. I don't know if taking part of the head off was a good idea, but that's what we're gonna try. Now, the one thing is, I think I'm really gonna have to let him eat it, but I'm gonna fish it on my Nico rig rod. I decided I'm gonna fish it on the bait caster. I'm pretty good about just, you know, feeling for him, and the rod is, it's one of those 7-foot, I think it's a medium heavy Shimano Zodius. It has a nice moderate taper to it, not super moderate, but more moderate than normal, and I think that'll be good, because it allows the rod to load up So you kind of feel for weight, and then you just reel down, and like a sweeping hook set. You don't got to hit them hard at all. But I think that'll be good for this style of setup. It'll let them eat it just enough where I'm not missing fish if they bite it. But Magnum Ned. Let's see if we can make it work.
Like the mouth is so small, but you're so fat, dude.